right. Hi there and welcome everybody. I wanted to take this time to celebrate a really wonderful year. My name is Christy Bradley and I am the director of the Atlanta Urban Debate League. And while this is a celebratory event, I do want to recognize that this has been a truly remarkable year, and I hope that there's none like it in the future. The challenges this year have been felt on an individual and a collective level across the globe. I am deeply humbled by and appreciative of the hard work and efforts that you all have put in to make this year possible. I'm so proud to be part of the Atlanta Urban Debate League and the community, and that includes the debaters and their families, educators, school administrators, volunteers, alumni, student interns, and professional staff. Debate is a transformative activity that changes how individuals process and live in the world. Debaters are inquisitive about the world around them and look at issues and challenges from all sides. They have tolerance and respect for ideas that are different from their own. Debaters welcome critical feedback because they recognize that listening to others helps them improve to get closer to the goals that they'd like to achieve. They understand that their words and actions have meaning and are impactful. Debaters have the skills and the confidence to be effective advocates for themselves and for the people around them. These are reasons why we, the Atlanta Urban Debate League professional staff, are so excited to celebrate the community today. Coaches, please keep an eye out for an email tomorrow. We are not done celebrating after the ceremony is over, and we would love to get some pictures of you and your debate squad from this year. We are definitely missing that part of not being in person to be able to take pictures and have a recording visually of what we've been doing as a community. We'll also have some information about how we're going to get the awards to you. We're going to have membership banners for all of the schools in the Atlanta Urban Debate League, plus awards for those of you that are getting recognized today, cords for our seniors, some honor cords, and some additional appreciation for members of our community. This year, it's also been really difficult to really tell the scope of everything that we have been doing in the Atlanta Urban Debate League because we've all been in our separate spaces. But Clay Stewart has done a really amazing job to compile some of the information that we have for this year. And I would love to pass the baton on to Clay to give us some information about what we've been doing in the Atlanta Urban Debate League collectively. So take it away, Clay Stewart.
Thanks, Christy. So this year really showed the power of community. One of our mottos is community over competition. So like Christy said, we were facing an unprecedented challenge, and we all, coaches, students, Emory, the league, community partners, we came together to make debate happen when it might not have. So I want to go through what we as a community accomplished this year. So for tournaments, we hosted 18 virtual tournaments, serving over 400 debaters from 26 schools as they competed in over 1,500 hours of debate. Now that's a big number. So to put it in perspective, 1,500 hours is approximately 4,500 games of Fortnite, or to us nerds, approximately 400 viewings of the Fellowship of the Ring extended edition, of course. So those tournaments were supported by approximately 400 volunteers who judged over 600 debates over the course of the year. Huge thanks to our volunteers. We couldn't do it without you. This year, we began an exciting new competition, the Argumentative Speech Bowl, where students from 26 schools compete in a public speaking competition in both the fall and spring semesters. In the spring, the competition was such a success that we were able to host an elementary school division. And one piece of feedback I consistently heard from the over 60 judges who evaluate speeches was wow. Listening to the finals, we were blown away by the passion with which our students spoke on issues like public health and social justice. We don't just host competitions, though. Our students compete through our Debate Ambassador program, where students have the opportunity to compete in outside tournaments coached by league alumnus Eric Mathis. This year, our debate ambassadors debated in 274 rounds, racking up an astonishing 16 awards as they competed in 19 elimination rounds. As the year came to a close, our debate ambassadors reached the semifinals of the state championship, making a team from the league one of the top 4 teams in the entire state. This past weekend, the team of Aaron Gill from Rockdale and Jordan Freeman won the round robin hosted by the National Association of Urban Debate Leagues, making them the top urban debate league team in the country. Outside of competition, the league provides debate education through programs like the Weekly Digital Debate Center and site visits, where league staff or student intern will show up virtually at your school and assist coaches. This year, the Weekly Digital Debate Center was able to provide debate education to over 200 students on a variety of debate topics. For site visits, league staff were able to conduct 32 site visits across 15 schools, directly teaching students and assisting coaches. Our motto is critical thinking in a critical time, and I think this pandemic certainly was a critical time. We achieved so much despite the challenges, and at the end of the day, hundreds of students were able to debate in front of hundreds of volunteers. Each debate is an opportunity to change a life, and I'm beyond proud at what we as a community were able to make happen this year. Now, I do want to recognize our coaches and our schools. Our coaches represent 45 schools from across 13 different school districts. All these accomplishments don't happen in a vacuum. Behind every debater who shows up on a Saturday is a dedicated coach who supports them every step of the way. Staying after school to run a debate practice, waking up early on a Saturday for a tournament is a hard ask, and we appreciate everything each and every coach in school does to support their students. So we appreciate the early morning wake-ups. We appreciate the time you spend providing tech support, even though you intentionally didn't choose to work in IT. We appreciate the challenges you overcame as a virtual coach. We appreciate the time you make for students each and every day. And best of all, we really appreciate that y'all do it with a smile. So being a coach is tough, but without our coaches, the league would not be a thriving community. And we certainly would not be able to accomplish what we did this year without you. Being a coach is tough, I know, as someone who has coached in the past. So what y'all did during a pandemic, virtually overcoming all the challenges imaginable, is really, really special. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. So next is Lydia, who will recognize our 5th, 8th, and 12th graders.
Hi, everyone. You know, it's an exciting time of the year and it's an exciting time of transitions. So we want to congratulate all of the following AUDL students on transitioning into their next stage of their education journey. We hope you will continue to be active in AUDL activities by joining or also starting a team at your new school, volunteering at tournaments if you're going into high school, or becoming an intern. For our graduating seniors, we want to honor this great achievement by acknowledging your move from debater to alumnus in our community. You will forever have a place in the AUDL, and I'm proof. Graduating seniors whose names are submitted by their coaches will receive honor cords and an AUDL alumnus pin. So we will now recognize all of our graduates, and you will then hear from Candace.
So this year, following the success of the Argumentative Speech Bowl in the middle school and high school divisions in the fall, the AUDL introduced the Elementary Argumentative Speech Bowl for the spring semester. 18 elementary students from across the AUDL responded to the prompt, should persons 10 to 17 be given the right to vote? Elementary students responded strongly, with one student arguing, many polling stations are at schools. Why not let students vote if they're already there? Students between the ages of 10 and 17 need to have a vote in their future if we want their future to happen. This evening, we are excited to share our top speakers and honorable mentions in the Elementary Argumentative Speech Bowl. And now we'll turn it over to Eric, who will share more about the success of the Debate Ambassador program.
Thanks, Candace. My name is Eric Mathis. I am the debate coach for the Debate Ambassadors. First and foremost, I want to congratulate all my students who debated this year. I know it was very challenging. The Debate Ambassadors had another successful season despite the events of the past year. The debate ambassadors rose to the challenge and dominated the competition as we knew they would, whether it be qualifying multiple teams for elimination rounds at national level tournaments or successfully dominating multiple state championship tournaments. The debate ambassadors accomplished some amazing things, including winning the GFCA second year state national championship, which indicates that we currently have the #1 ranked team in the state at the grade of 10th grade, excuse me. Finishing 7th and 3rd place in the GFCA state. As Clay mentioned, we did have a team that made it to semifinals. And the cherry on top, of course, is winning the NADO National Championship round robin, which Aaron Gill and Jordan Freeman did. The debate ambassadors again established themselves as a force to be reckoned with in debate, and we're very proud of their accomplishments. I would like to also discuss the community engagement of our students. Not only are they great ambassadors while they're debating, but they're great ambassadors as they give back as well. And I would like to honor their community engagement. During this trying year, the debate ambassadors played a pivotal role in assisting in mentoring and judging this season. For students in the debate ambassador program, students can spend anywhere from 2 to 4 days a weekend involved in debate tournaments and can spend multiple weekends per month involved in debate. The fact that these students spend their off weekends giving back is a testament to their love of the activity. Students judged anywhere from 3 to 5 tournaments a year, and some did more. They are deserving of your admiration, and we appreciate your support. Now I would like to give a special recognition to the seniors who will be leaving us going to future academic endeavors. First, Jordan Freeman and Michaela Tolliver from Roswell High School, the state semifinalists and top 3 team in the GFCA state debate tournament. Aaron Gill and Massaderica and Pofo from Rockdale High School, as Clay mentioned. And what I said before, once again, special congratulations to Jordan and Aaron for winning the NADO National Championship. And finally, Nicholas Kamel and Sachin Top from Midtown, formerly known as Grady High School. As a special thank you, it has been an honor and a privilege being your coach for the last 3 to 4 years. You have made me a better coach and a better person. And I am very humbled to spend this time with you, coaching you, and I hope you go on to bigger and better things. I would now like to pass it on to Lydia, who will continue with student intern recognition.
Awesome. So our AUDL student interns are truly shining stars, and they are the true and honest reason why we can provide the resources you all praise the professional staff for having available for the AUDL community. They are vital to administrating tournaments in which they handle most of the technical problems you may have occurred this season. They both create the content and edit the instructional videos on our YouTube page. And as much as I hate to admit it, they keep us cool assisting with our social media. So we would now like to recognize all of our student interns for this year. Now it's bittersweet, but 3 of our shining stars will be graduating this year. And I just want to highlight a couple of things that we're thankful for them doing during their time with us. We want to thank Sakriti Rao for her time she has spent creating instructional resources, which have included the Speech Bowl evidence, Debate Bridge and Debate Center content, and helping with our data management. Next, we have Alicia Tillman. They're completing their time with us as a student intern. They have been with us for a long time and have excelled in everything they've done with us as one of the best judges and lab leaders you can have. And finally, Alyssa Yang, our video editing and media expert. She is the reason why we can produce high quality production materials. We are thankful that she has begun to train other student interns so our videos continue to be outstanding. So thank you again to our graduating student interns. Thank you for spending your time at Emory University with us. Now you will hear from Candace Williams.
So this is the exciting moment in the program where we get to transition to awards. So the first award that we're going to start with this evening is Outstanding Community Partner. As a part of its mission, the Atlanta Urban Debate League seeks to make debate education accessible to as many students as possible by keeping membership fees low and not charging fees for tournaments or other types of programming. One of the ways the AUDL is able to do this is through the use of volunteer judges at AUDL tournaments. Dr. Tom Preston and the students from the University of North Georgia make AUDL tournaments and programming possible through their enthusiastic and sustained support of AUDL programming throughout the year. For their support of the AUDL this year and in many years past, we are excited to honor them as our outstanding community partner of the year. Now on to Christy to honor our outstanding community administrators.
I am so excited to announce this year's Outstanding School District Administration Support. A lot of people know all of the efforts that educators and coaches put into the debate programs at their schools, but it would be impossible without school administrators to also be on board. And the first Outstanding School District Administrator Support goes to Catherine Nails. She is in the Office of Social Studies in the Atlanta Public Schools, in the K-5 coordinator, but she does a whole lot more than that. And she has been a staunch advocate for debate education for not just elementary students, but for students of all grade levels. And the support that the Office of Social Studies provides for debate education within the Atlanta Public Schools is wonderful. And the abilities that the Office of Social Studies has provided to schools to have debate teams in in-person years, the Office of Social Studies has provided so many resources. And then in this virtual year, they have continued those resources and would like to continue in the future. And without this support, a lot of our schools in the Atlanta Public Schools would not be a part of the Atlanta Urban Debate League. And it is wonderful to honor Catherine Nails for this. Our second School District Administration Support Award goes to Francesca Warren in Fulton County Schools. She is on the Board of Education for District 4. She has been recently elected to the Board of Education for Fulton County Schools, but took off and running as a community member. She gathered a group of parents and people from the South Fulton communities that really wanted debate education programming for their elementary students and made it possible. She contacted us and stayed vigilant in getting her students in her district the support and educational opportunities that they deserve through debate education. And we are so excited to have Ms. Francesca Warren on our team in the Atlanta Urban Debate League community. Next, I would like to pass the baton to Lydia to honor some alumni.
So I will now be presenting the Outstanding Alumni Contributions Award. The AUDL is a lucky community as it is not foreign for alumni to assist with current programming. And so this year we would like to highlight the following alumni. Our first recipient is Robin Ayers. Robin, an AUDL and Emory University alumnus, served as one of our final judges for the John Lewis Argumentative Speech Bowl. She provided such rich feedback. Even before then, Robin frequently volunteers at tournaments, camps, and other events. So thank you, Robin, for consistently being a great advocate and volunteer for the AUDL. Next, we have John Holland. John Holland is also an AUDL and Emory University alum. You can typically find John in the chat room at every AUDL tournament as a vital member of our tournament staff. Thank you, John, for graciously providing us your expertise so we can have timely and organized tournaments. Last, we would like to recognize this year Alicia Tillman, a true shining star, an AUDL alumni, and soon to be Vanderbilt University graduate. Alicia spends a good chunk of their time in Atlanta assisting the AUDL in some form of fashion as a judge, instructional educator, lab leader, or playing any other administrative role. They have grown to be a vital member of the AUDL staff. So thank you, Robin, John, and Alicia for being outstanding members of the AUDL alumni community. We look forward to this community growing, and we hope that their work inspires others to get involved with the AUDL as alumni. And now you will hear from Clay Stewart.
Hey, so I'd like to talk about our outstanding new coaches. So being a new coach is exciting and terrifying. I remember my first term as a coach. I was way more nervous than my first term as a debater. I knew that when I lost the debate as a debater, I was a little sad. But when my team lost as a debate, I was devastated. Coaching an urban debate league is a special challenge. Not only do you have to be an educator and an administrator at the same time, but you're thrown into the fire of an activity that you are often not familiar with. You're learning the activity at the same time you're coaching it, which is no easy feat. Hopefully this year is just the beginning and has laid the foundation for years to come. We look forward to seeing each and every one of you next year, hopefully in person. So without further ado, I'd like to recognize the following outstanding new coaches: Barrington Edwards from the Paideia School, Kira Fritchie, Sutton Middle School, Mia McClellan, Kendrick High School, Zach Meltzer, Paul D. West Middle School, Timothy Richmond, Creekside High School and an Emory alumnus, Mike Robinson, North Atlanta High School, Andy Cervati, the Paideia School, Kaya Smith, Bernie Elementary School, and finally, Kayla Wilson, Cascade Elementary School. So now I'd like to hand it over to Candace for the elementary school coaches of the year.
So I want to begin by echoing the thoughts that Clay shared at the beginning about the significance of the role of our coach educators in our communities. And what it means for both their support for both the intellectual and emotional development of our students. Coaches in the elementary division have one of the most significant tasks in that they engage our youngest debaters at perhaps their most energetic and curious moments. This is no easy task, and we would like to thank all of our elementary coaches for the energy, effort, and time they continue to invest in our students and our community. However, this year, with the Elementary Coaches of the Year Award, we would like to honor Carla Anderson of West Manor Elementary and Dr. Erica Donaldson of Parkside Elementary. As the Elementary Coaches of the Year, despite the challenges of this season, Coach Anderson and Dr. Donaldson worked to sustain their students' participation in debate through team practices, debate homework, virtual site visits, and as competitors in the Elementary Argumentative Speech Bowl. Both of these coaches throughout the year stayed in contact with us to continue to provide opportunities for their students, but also to keep their students engaged in debate despite the challenges of the season. Like all of our coaches who go above and beyond, these coaches continue to go above and beyond for their students. For this reason, we are again gratified to honor them as the Elementary Coaches of the Year. Now, I'd like to pass the baton over to Christy to acknowledge our Middle School Coaches of the Year.
So I am so thrilled to present our Middle School Coaches of the Year. This year being an extraordinary year, it was impossible for us to choose between these coaches for these schools. And it being an extraordinary year, we decided to be extraordinary with the awards and not have to figure out how to parse this out. So the first set of coaches of the year goes to Coach Jeffries and Coach Meltzer from Paul D. West Middle School. Those coaches at Paul D. West, both Coach Jeffries and Meltzer, were so dedicated to the activity of debate. They've had a lot of time, like a lot of challenges getting their student body into the debate program. And being a relatively new program, it's definitely hard to gain momentum when we've gone virtual. And so even when they only had one student competing in a debate tournament at a time, they would both show up and be there for the students. And then when they had more students, they would split their time evenly between all of the students, motivating, coaching, encouraging, and being just all around supportive. So these two coaches are incredible additions. We've had Coach Jeffries in the Atlanta Urban Debate League for many years, and Coach Meltzer, who is new this year, have become a really wonderful team to make Paul D. West Middle School debate a really wonderful program. I also would like to recognize Tommy Sharp and Chris Edmonds, so Coach Sharp and Coach Edmonds from the Galloway School. We are so thrilled that the Galloway School has been generous with their time and effort this year for the entire league. We know that they have planned and put on a number of debate tournaments and scrimmages outside of the Atlanta Urban Debate League tournaments themselves, and invited anybody that wanted to participate to be part of those programs. And they've also taken the time to try to do other formats of debate. We focused on a 1 versus 1 debate format this year, and they provided some opportunities for 2 teams, so 2v2 team debates, which is a totally different debate experience. And all of these collective efforts to make debate possible, I also have seen both coaches spend time mentoring and working with newer coaches or other coaches that have been having challenges with the virtual platform. And they work tirelessly to make this Atlanta Urban Debate League space inclusive and inviting for all. And then our final coaches of the year for our middle schools go to Coach Burtis and Coach Fritchie from Sutton Middle School. These 2 coaches are amazing at motivating students and getting all of the students that they have, which is a huge debate team, into debate even during a virtual year. It's no wonder both of these coaches are dedicated, passionate, and super fun to be around. And it's no surprise to me that they have as many students as they do at Sutton that are so excited about debate, that see debate as one of their primary activities that they engage in as middle school students. And they continue on when they leave Sutton Middle School and talk wonderfully about their time as debaters as part of that community. I've also seen both of these coaches help other coaches in our tournament spaces. And I know that they have also been really generous with some of their instructional support and the ways that they manage and administer their teams, which is really, really helpful for newer coaches and even coaches that have been in the game for a long time that also like to get a little bit of just tips and pointers from others that are doing things really well. So again, it's my absolute honor to announce these coaches of the year. I'm now passing it on to Lydia to honor our high school coaches of the year.
So this is really excited because both of our recipients of this award have extensive history with the AUDL. And so it's excellent to recognize them as coaches now. So our first recipient, and I really apologize, Keith, if I pronounce your last name wrong. Keith Montier of Langston Hughes High School is our first recipient. Keith was a member of the Morehouse debate team and completed his service hours with the AUDL over his collegiate career. So personally, as an AUDL staff member, it was exciting to see his name on the roster as an interested coach at Langston Hughes. He has grown a consistent team, which he personally challenges them to advance in divisions, even debating in GSCA tournaments this year. Keith, we appreciate your dedication to your debaters. Often before tournaments, I talk to Keith about what he's been doing with his team. And he tells me how often he spends outside of his planning time prepping just to coach, and I really admire his commitment. So we want to thank you, Keith, for all your hard work over the past couple of years. Our second recipient is AUDL student intern alum Timothy Richmond of now Creekside High School. This is Timothy's first year teaching. Navigating the pandemic, he also chose to navigate being on the other side of the AUDL as a coach, and he excelled in this. He revived a team that had dwindling participation. He attended every tournament, whether he had debaters there or not, and he was there to watch every round to provide individualized coaching. We want to thank Mr. Richmond for his continued dedication to the AUDL. So now we will hear from Candace Williams for the Elementary Community of the Year.
So our elementary communities are some of our most collectively invested communities in the AUDL, where older students often have developed a level of personal investment in debate or an intellectual investment in debate as a result of years participating in the activity, or just the sort of maturity that comes with age. That's not necessarily the case for elementary students. And both our coach educators, parents, and community members have the huge task of getting very curious and often easily distracted minds to sort of invest in the activity. For this reason, it is an absolute privilege to honor Hutchinson Elementary and Miles Elementary as our elementary communities of the year. Both of these programs went above and beyond to be inclusive in their support of other AUDL programs by sharing educational and forensics opportunities and through their participation in site visits and the Elementary Argumentative Speech Bowl. In a year that we saw communities across the AUDL, despite their participation level struggle, both of these communities were really persistent in trying to bring in new members of the league as well as new members to their team. For these reasons and so many others, we are excited to honor Miles and Hutchinson Elementaries as our Elementary Communities of the Year. I will now pass it over to Clay to honor our Middle School Communities of the Year.
So being part of a community isn't just about competing. Sometimes it's about supporting each other. It's about the little things, being willing to step up and judge a debate when needed, hosting that extra practice before a major tournament, attending a digital debate center just to learn and ask questions. So I'd like to recognize the Middle School Community of the Year Awards, who I think emblematize this idea of being part of a community. So from Renfro Middle School, I've known Miss Dawson, the coach, for a long time. I'm beyond excited when I have the opportunity to watch her work. When I first started working with the league, Miss Dawson helped me learn how to be a better educator, and to be honest, made me a better person. The care she shows for her students shows up in how she impacts the community writ large. When we hosted a digital debate center for the Argumentative Speech Bowl, she showed up with her student who was competing in the finals just to make sure that her student had the opportunity to learn and give the best speech possible. And it really shows what it means to contribute to the community. As for St. John's, what impressed me about St. John's is that they're always the first school to enter a tournament, the first to communicate if something is going wrong, the first to volunteer to judge at a tournament, reading over the evidence and offering feedback over the summer when it would be all too easy to take a well-earned vacation. When I say it's about the little things, I think that St. John's as a school has really gone above and beyond. So now I want to turn it over to Eric for the High School Community Awards.
Thanks, Clay. Being a high school teacher, as everyone knows, being a teacher period is hard work. Coming to work early, staying late. For these schools to not only exceed the expectation, but support our communities the way they did, I can't see a greater honor in recognizing Decatur High School and North Atlanta High School. Both these programs assisted through multiple platforms of programming that we have here in the Atlanta Urban Debate League. They always are one of the most eager students and coaches that we have in the league, and also demonstrate a level of respectability that is very, very refreshing considering the climate that we live in. So on behalf of myself and the rest of the league, I would like to thank both Decatur High School and North Atlanta High School for their Community of the Year Award, and thank you for all your success. And now turning it over to Christy.
Awesome. This has been an extraordinary year. We have come to the end of our awards, but that doesn't mean that we don't love every single person that touches the Atlanta Urban Debate League community. This is a very bright community because of your participation in whatever way that you participate with us. If it's just being a parent that's making sure that your student or that your child has access to a space in your home to have a virtual debate tournament, that's amazing. If you are a debate coach that is putting in extra hours, getting your students ready for a debate tournament, debate practice, school, and life, it's all wonderful. So we will be sending out awards. Everybody that is part of the Atlanta Urban Debate League will get something this year. We have our membership banners. We have some additional trophies for competitive success, as well as our community supporters and our administrative supporters. So you'll be getting something, an email from me, and then something in the mail or hand delivered in the very near future. And we hope that you continue with debate next year. And if you are in the community but weren't able to participate as fully as you had maybe wanted to, that doesn't mean that we won't have you back with open arms next year. We want you to be back in the Atlanta Urban Debate League. We believe in the power of debate education and the power that debate has to transform people into better thinkers and overall better people. I'm going to turn it over to James Rowland, the Executive Director of the Atlanta Urban Debate League, to close us out for this wonderful award ceremony and my deep appreciation and congratulations to everybody for this year.
Thank you, Christy. I appreciate the opportunity to be a part of what has been an impressive award ceremony. I know we're in a virtual space, but wherever you are, you should give yourself a big round of applause, finger snaps, pat on the back, whatever the case may be. It has been truly, truly impressive to hear about all the accolades, all the recognition, all the awards that this group has done. And I just want to just take a moment and just say a few thank yous in the beginning. I want to thank first and foremost all the coaches, all the administrators that made these opportunities available for your young people. We obviously are fortunate to serve an amazing collection of young people that are dedicated to this craft of learning how to use their voice and cultivate their talents. And so we want to thank you for providing the resources, providing the time, the space, and things that were necessary to make that happen. Also want to take the moment to just thank all the families that have supported these young people in this endeavor. Without you all, we really could not do the kind of work that we seek to do. And we thank each and every parent that had to hear a speech, had to have a cross-examination question, had to deal with the students in whatever anxiety-ridden mode they may have been in. We want to thank you for all of that support. We truly see ourselves as a family, and we see you all as an instrumental part of the success that we have with these young people. And then also I want to thank the staff. I want to thank them for their amazing work. They're some of the most humble people you will find, but also without a doubt, some of the most talented and gifted educators that I know. They give so much of themselves to make sure that you as students, as educators, have the very best debate education possible. And I'm extremely humbled and honored to be, I have an opportunity to work with them. So thank you to this amazing group of individuals and professional staff. And also that goes to our interns too. They are just an amazing group too. And I want to thank them for all their contributions. But last but not least, I want to thank you all, students that may be on. It would be very hard to have a debate league without students participating in debating. And so for all of you that decided to sign up, some of you that came back, but most importantly, for those of you all that was like, I don't know what this debate thing is, and I definitely don't know what it is in a virtual space. Thank you for trying. Thank you for giving of your time. Debate can be one of the most challenging, but yet one of the most rewarding things you can do. And so we hope that you truly have gotten some nuggets, some tools to put in your toolbox that will help serve you well both now and in the future. And as I close, I just want to remind you that part of what makes the Atlanta Urban Debate League powerful and makes it such an amazing place to learn and to grow is because we do truly consider ourselves a community before competition. And each and every one of you has a role in a special community, a place where everyone can thrive, can grow, can be affirmed, can be pushed to be their best. And in a world where so much is going on, and needless to say, I could go here, talk forever about the laundry list of challenges that we have in our world. When we say we're creating critical thinkers for the critical times in which we live, we are truly aspiring to do that. And each and every student that has participated, you've helped make the world a little better place. And we just encourage you to use your talents, use your gifts to speak truth to power and to make sure that the world is a better place than when you leave than when you came into it. Thank each and every one of you for your time today. And it's an honor to be able to serve and work with each and every one of you. Thank you.
And that brings us to the end of this year's award celebration. We will have this available on YouTube in the very near future. So if you have somebody that wasn't able to watch, you're more than welcome to share it with them. Congratulations, everybody, and thank you.